It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control, spot the opportunity, then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.
Good evening. You join us on quarterfinals day of the Monsoon Cup in Malaysia, and there were plenty of thrills and spills promised at an eventful quarterfinal draw that saw the tour leader coming into this regatta, Bjorn Hansen, choosing to race against the current world champion Ian Williams in the quarterfinals. Now, with only 2¼ points separating these two skippers on the overall tour leaderboard, it meant that the winner would be crowned the champion for the 2012 Alpari World Match Racing Tour. The loser, of course, would be going home. We join their quarterfinal in match 4, where Ian Williams has a 2-1 advantage. If he wins this, he wins the entire thing. Let's see how he got on.
Has Williams got enough space to tack? It looks like he does. He rolls up and through. Obviously wanted that right-hand side. There's the gun, both boats clear. Hansen will be faster at start time.
For me though, the pressure's on the left. I can see the pressure rolling down. It's just looking really pretty good there on the left, and you can still see out the window here. It's pretty looking patchy that out there. There's a big red mooring buoy out in the middle of the basin, and that's pretty patchy around it. So Hansen's powered up here, heading towards the left. I think he's looking a lot more, looking a lot better for me.
We'll of course find out for sure when the boats come back together. To say I've sailed with Ian for 5 to 6 years and won my 2 Alpari World Match Racing Tour titles as part of that team. It would be amazing to see this final contested go to best of 3. As he exits the tack, Williams' angle actually looks quite good out that right-hand side. As we look across,
yeah,
they're pretty even.
Williams is now hooking into a better piece of pressure.
As is Hansen.
Yeah, here we go.
I wonder if we're going to see a dial from Williams. I think we could see some excitement. So here we go, it's showtime. Williams with a small dial. Coasts up and crosses the bow of Bjorn Hansen. He takes the left-hand side now. I think that perhaps an observation, the same as you were saying, Craig, that Breeze does look good on the left. I think we're going to see Ian Williams go for a luff here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, might Hansen had better be ready, because Williams doesn't have to only got to give him room on the other mark.
He's coming up for the luff. We see Williams jump. Hey!
Okay, come on. Okay.
Hey, Williams has a much messier turn. It looks like he's going around the same mark as Ian. That is a turnout for the books. He gives Ian the inside line, but he is so much faster.
See if he can get right around the outside of him.
Bjorn Hansen has to luff. The bows are absolutely even between these boats. Hansen will luff Williams here and try and force him through the tack. And there he goes. Williams is tacking off to that right-hand side. The wind has gone left. And as they round the second bottom mark, these boats are bow to bow. As Ian Williams makes that final jibe, he is coming back towards the line.
2, 1.
But it is Ian Williams of GAC Pindar who approaches the line. They punch the air as they turn down through the wind.
Come on!
High fives all round. It's a celebratory moment for Ian Williams and GAC Pindar. They are the world champions.
Well done, mate. Great one. That's fucking awesome, mate. I love that. Yeah.
So we have our new world champion for 2012, Ian Williams and GAC Pindar. That has been decided. Well, there was a jubilant team returning to the dock, as you would expect, after that quarter-final race. And I did manage to catch up with them and have a word on board their boat. And this is what they had to say. By sending Bjorn Hansen home with that victory, it means that Ian Williams, you've made it back-to-back victories on this world tour. You are a champion for the 4th time. How does that feel?
Oh, it's indescribable. I mean, to match this guy, Peter Gilmore, who's retiring this week, is you know, it's an incredible feeling. He's a legend in the sport, and you know, to match that is just incredible.
In terms of the conditions out there, I mean, you alluded to it when we were out on the water. It's been tough to read, but overall, how have you found it today?
Oh, it's difficult. If anything, more difficult. It's that really feels like the hardest one of the 4. I have to say, it's just so hard to get any rhythm out there. The breeze is just all over the place, and you can't read it. You can't read it in a long enough term, and you know, Bjorn just kept coming back at us. I thought, you know, he was ahead at so many times around that bottom mark. But we, you know, stuck to our guns, built a fantastic job of just being patient, sticking to, you know, what he knew, and it came good in the end.
It was a brave decision by him to pick you. Had you been in his position, would you have done the same?
Oh, look, I thought it was a brave decision for sure. I think it was, I mean, on reflection, maybe not the right decision, but at the time, the stats would certainly say he had a better record against us than he did at getting through the quarters against other people. So I understand why he picked us, but you know, it's a big call at this regatta. We are very strong at this regatta. We normally come through, and we have done again. So great job by the whole of GAC Pindar. I'd like to mention the guys, Jerry Mitchell,
yes.
Mal Parker and Matt Cassidy, and as Bill Hardesty before I said.
And of course, throughout the year, you've had some ups and downs. Match Race France and Chicago, you won both of those events. You had to actually replace Bill at one of them. I mean, your overall thoughts on the tour? I know we've still got the Monsoon Cup to conclude, but from the tour angle, how's it all felt?
Well, this is our 6th semi-final out of 7 regattas, and really we've been very consistent. All those semi-finals we finished in the top 3. We'd obviously like to go on and win the Monsoon Cup and make it 3 for the year, same as last year. So that's the goal now.
You will remember being here at the Monsoon Cup on finals day last year, and it was very different conditions. We can see the sun shining here. How are you going to prepare now for tomorrow?
Oh, well, you know, we'll enjoy the moment for sure. You know, as we said, 4 World Championships is a big deal for me, and the other guys have got, some of them have got 3, some of them have got 2, I think. So yeah, we'll enjoy the moment, and but then, you know, as I say, we'll try and get an early night and get ready for tomorrow. It's a big day tomorrow.
Big day tomorrow. The focus will be now on lifting the Monsoon Cup as well and winning again here like you did last year. But for now, congratulations on equalling Peter Gilmore's record. Ian Williams and GAC Pindar, the 4th time world champions on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour 2012. Well, with Ian Williams being crowned world champion, it did mean that Bjorn Hansen was going home and his shot at the title for this year was over. Well, Bjorn joins me now. Bjorn, we'll start with that quarter-final draw pick. It was a brave decision picking Ian Williams. You were going for the title. Do you have any regrets on that now?
Definitely not. I mean, we had the chance to pick the match of our life, a match for the World Championship title. And I think that if we have chosen someone else, lost and seen Ian win his quarterfinal, we would never have given ourselves for not taking the chance to race for the World Championship title. So no regrets whatsoever, and we can just congratulate Ian and Team GAC Pindar for a great season and for a good quarterfinal series, but feels like we didn't really come up to the level of skills that we know that we have.
What happened in that quarter-final for you? Because it was 3-1 in the end. It seemed like the shift in wind was changing all the time. How did you feel it was going at the time you were racing?
No, you're exactly right. I mean, we I feel that we picked the sides we wanted. That when we wanted the left-hand side in the start, we took the left-hand side and the other way around. But it seems like Ian picked the shifts a little bit better than us, but we had our chances. I mean, we were ahead both in the last race and in the third race, but we just couldn't hang in there, and that was a pity. I must say that maybe we didn't sail quite as good as we know that we can, and that's a reason for us to well, at least plan to come back next year.
Now, you know that you have secured third place, whatever happens with the points that you've accrued. Is that any consolation at all?
You mean third place on
the overall tour?
Oh, well, we actually know that we have secured the second, so we're quite happy about that. And we knew that before we were going out to the quarterfinals, and that was probably also one of the reasons that we picked Ian in the quarterfinal. So I mean, we're very happy with taking the silver back to Sweden, and as I said, we have to think about what we can do better for next year, and maybe give it a shot for the gold.
You have actually beaten me and done your maths quicker than I have. So second, which means that's your best performance actually on the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And I know that there is no Swede who has been better than that in the past either. So yeah, it feels good. But you know, a day like this, you're more disappointed that you didn't take the gold than happy about the silver. But come back in a few days' time, and I think I will be quite happy with the silver.
Thank you, Bjorn. We congratulate you on that second place, and we also thank you for some entertainment throughout the year, and we'll take a look at some of those best moments for you across the year now.
It is game on here in the Argo Group Gold Cup. He has to try and defend this, one of the most fiercely contested matches we've seen so far. The umpires have gone in against Johnny Berntsen. He needed to come in swinging, but he walked in with his guard down straight into the first punch from Taylor Canfield. This perhaps an opportunity for this young team to break back into this match. Could this be the upset of the competition? Johnny Berntsen has to respond. Berntsen dives his bow down towards Bjorn Hansen. He's got it. Johnny Berntsen has rolled Ian Williams on the final approaches to this finish line. This team from Switzerland powers past the three-time world champion. It's a complete reversal. Williams was 100 yards ahead.
Welcome to Marseille for Match Race France. It's finals day of the Chicago Match Cup, the fourth stage of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. Conditions here on Lake Michigan this morning have been somewhat difficult. This is where the competition really starts to hot up. We will also be crowning a champion here at Hamilton Harbour in Bermuda. Four skippers remaining are Will Tiller, Keith Swinton, Laurie Jury and Ian Williams, and they take to the water shortly. Simon Shaw, our double world champion and race commentator here at St Moritz Match Race, has been at the draw pick. What has happened of significance there?
Well, I mean, it has been a fantastic day of match racing today. I mean, that's obviously the precursor to all of this.
I did just warn you about the weather, and of course it's getting quite fierce.
And as the wind drives down, it is Williams' bow that comes through.
It's the weather that's the real story right now. You're drenched. I'm glad I'm wearing this jacket. I don't know what the sailors are going to do out there, but that is the thing about sailing. You've got to take the conditions in your stride. The wind, the rain, the weather. It's all part of the skill of sailing.
Nearly into the water as we come down to the bottom mark, but managing to stay on. Here comes Tiller. It's game on.
We'll see you at the Monsoon Cup for the big finale. We know the overall Alpari World Match Racing Tour has been won by Ian Williams, but there is still finals day to come here in Malaysia tomorrow of the Monsoon Cup, with 4 skippers battling it out on the water to try and win the Monsoon Cup trophy. This is what happened in the quarterfinals. The results for you from today. We saw that Ian Williams there beat Bjorn Hansen 3-1 and with it lifted the overall tour title. Phil Robertson beat Pierre-Antoine Morvan 3-2. That was the closest of the 4 quarterfinals we saw. Peter Gilmore also made an interesting pick in the quarterfinal draw, selecting his son David. He ended up sending him home 3-1. Peter Gilmore was victorious, and after announcing his retirement here this week, he'll be hoping to end on a high. Taylor Canfield, who won in Bermuda, also beat Keith Swinton 3-1. Well, those were the results from today. We head into the semi-finals tomorrow, but to get some reaction first, Simon Shaw, our race commentator and former double world champion, joins me. Simon, I guess we start with the overall tour, and Ian Williams for a 4th time equalling Peter Gilmore's record. He's won it, and he was pretty convincing in the end.
Well, I mean, the result 3-1 doesn't really tell the story. I mean, it was a very telling press conference, I've just come down from, and Ian's reaction. I mean, he admitted really Bjorn has had the measure of Ian Williams for most of the season, really, in the results, and certainly on the water anyway. And they came into this pretty much tied, and it really was all to play for. Ian, I think, suggesting this perhaps the closest and the most closely fought of the titles that he's managed to win, and so Bjorn has come really close, perhaps closer than he realises, to toppling Ian Williams off his top spot and his Alpari World Match Racing Tour. But today, I think just those key decisions, ultimately the whole championship just came down to the races today and who decided what. And today, Ian Williams just picked a couple more right things than Bjorn Hansen, and he now has his hands on the trophy.
And of course, we have finals day tomorrow, semi-finals and the big finale to come for the Monsoon Cup, which will bow out for this season. Ian Williams still in contention. He won here last year. What do you make of the semi-finalists, and who do you think are the strong contenders?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, we've got quite an eclectic mix of sailors through. We've got Peter Gilmore in his last year on home turf. He's in some ways the home team here in Malaysia, and I'm sure there would be nothing that would please the crowd and his team and himself and really almost the whole sport of match racing for him to get his hand back on that Monsoon Cup. We've got Ian Williams, who's informed the pressure is lifted from the World Tour now being decided, and he can move into that semi-final and final. And it wouldn't surprise me in the least. He's probably he is the strongest team left in the competition. So I suppose the smart money would back him. And we've got Taylor Canfield, who has sailed so well these last 2 regattas, really exploded onto the Alpari World Match Racing Tour. He's sailing so fast, so calm, and a real pick of me all the way through the week. And it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him go on. And then I suppose Phil Robertson, who has again sailed fantastically. He's very calm, very clear with his team, and a very complete sailor. And again, we could easily see him get through the semis, and then I suppose you never really know whether he could go on to take the title as well. So really all to play for. I suppose I'd probably have to go with Ian. I'd love to see Peter do it, I really would, and so I suppose probably they're my 2 picks going into tomorrow. But it's a great bunch at the top of the leaderboard, and I think it's a real treat for everybody here at the Monsoon Cup.
Thank you, Simon. I know that you'll enjoy doing the race commentary for those semi-finals and eventually the big finale here at the Monsoon Cup as well. Do join us tomorrow for more. We're going to be broadcasting live local time 3 till 5 p.m. on WMRT.com. For now, for this evening's show on quarterfinals day, we'd like to pass on our congratulations to Ian Williams and GAC Pindar for winning the Alpari World Match Racing Tour 2012. Join us tomorrow. Bye for now.
It's volatile out there. Conditions can change in an instant. You've got to stay in control. Spot the opportunity. Then make your move. It's all about execution. Search Alpari Race and get on board. Alpari, your global Forex broker.
Forex is high risk and not suitable for all investors. Losses may exceed deposits.